Should the Raiders be worried with Ashton Jeanty? Geno Smith making a statement in his debut in the silver and black, and the offensive line will be a big problem for the Raiders this year. Yo, what is up, Raider Nation? It's your boy Simone Raider back with another video, and today is the very first Overreaction Monday of the season. This is where I'm going to give you guys some of the biggest reactions out of yesterday's game, give you guys my opinions on it, and also see what you guys feel about it as well. That being said, if this is the very first time you guys are coming across this channel and you love Raiders content, then hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this. First things first, Victory Monday, baby. Let's go, man. It's great to start off the season with 1-0, getting that W on the road in Pete Carroll's very first game as the Raiders head coach. Now, Pete Carroll is the very first head coach in history to win his debut with 4 different NFL teams: the Raiders, Seahawks, Patriots, and the New York Jets. This goes to show that Pete Carroll, no matter where he goes, he changes the culture, but he also wins games. And that's something that the Raiders have been missing for many, many years. And hopefully this is something that we could continue to do all season long. That said, though, it feels real great to see that this team is just having fun and coming off of a victory like this. It's been quite a long time, like I said before, just to see the team come together and just have a good time in the locker room after the game. And I love the fact that Geno Smith stated that we're here for more than one win, because that's what we're all expecting out of this team this season.
What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. Whose house is it? Our house. Whose house is it? Our house. Get off the
And you know that the vibes are at an all-time high when you got Dylan Lowby, a third-string running back, out there motivating the team, hyping the team up, and just the team just buying into it and just having a good time. Overall, after the victory that we took yesterday on the road, man, everything just feels much better. You know, I woke up in a better mood. The air smells better, food tastes better, you know? So Raider Nation, how do you feel on this Victory Monday? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, some other news that I didn't bring up yesterday: Brock Bowers was injured in the game, missed the rest of the game, but we got to hear a little bit of an update from Pete Carroll following the game, and this is what he had to say.
They're looking at his knee, and he wanted to go back in, and they wouldn't let him go back in. They thought, you know, let's watch the game, see how it goes. We didn't have to do that. So, but he's an incredible player, so yeah, we need to have him. Now, I hope that we do not miss Brock Bowers for any significant time, because he's a big factor in this offense and helping this team move down the field. And we've seen what he did yesterday, 5 for 103. I mean, he was out there making big plays, but he just seemed so nonchalant about it. And just coming into the first game of the season and seeing what he was able to do to connect with Geno Smith, come on, man. It's going to be a big year, and I just hope that we don't miss him, because just having him out there with Michael Mayer as that tight end duo can do wonders. So like I said before, hopefully we get to see Brock Bowers back by Monday night. That being said, I want to go over some of the biggest overreactions after yesterday's game. The first being Ashton Jeanty. Should the Raiders be worried with him? And my honest answer is no. I don't think that they should. It's only one game for Ashton Jeanty. And I know what I said yesterday. I know a lot of people are getting on me in the comments. Chill. I understand what you guys are trying to say. My big thing with Ashton Jeanty going into this game was just I wanted to see a lot more out of him. That's it. That's it. But I do understand that he can't do nothing if the offensive line ain't doing nothing out there for him or opening up holes. We got to see a little bit from him. He had a nice little 8-yard run here and there. He got a touchdown, which is great at the end of the day. But I wanted to see a lot more out of him, is all I was trying to say. When you draft a running back that high at number 6, I guess I just expect a little bit more. Not shitting on him. I'm not saying that he's going to have a bad year, and I'm not going to sit here and get on him and say that this was a waste of pick. No, I'm never going to do that to any of the players that we bring over here. I do believe that he can still have a great season, but at the end of the day, the offensive line is also going to be a big part of that. For me, you know, seeing a guy like Josh Jacobs, who we had a couple of years ago, even with bad offensive lines and with him being banged up, he still went out there and had some big games. Again, I know that this is just one game, so I'm not trying to overreact to that, but I know that there's a lot of Raider fans that
I feel like Ashton Jeanty just isn't that guy just yet, and I just want to pump the brakes on that, just like I did in the first game when he had -3 yards. I knew for a fact that's not what we're gonna get out of him. But Ashton Jeanty finally got a full game under his belt. He had 19 carries for 38 yards, a touchdown, and averaged 2 yards per carry. Also had 2 receptions for 2 yards. Now I know a lot of people can look at that 2 yards per carry and just shit on him and say that, okay, this guy's not that guy. But when you actually watch the game, I do understand that the offensive line just didn't hold up and do their part. And speaking of the offensive line is going to be one of the biggest Achilles heel for the Raiders this season if they don't clean up their shit. In a game like yesterday, when it was raining and pouring, you would expect the running game to thrive, but it was the total opposite for this team. The passing game was thriving, but the running game was non-existent. The Raiders had 24 carries for only 56 yards on the ground. That is totally unacceptable. And I know that this team has struggled with running the ball last year going into this year, which is why we drafted a running back like Ashton Jeanty. We cannot expect Ashton Jeanty to have a 100-yard game if the offensive line isn't opening up holes. Now, I did see a couple of runs where Ashton Jeanty could have hit the hole, but he just didn't, but that's neither here or there. Now, JPJ was one of the biggest guys that stood out to me in this game because he struggled a lot. And I know he just moved to the right guard position. And I know primarily he's supposed to be a center, but just seeing him struggle in this game was really eye-opening. And it's going to be something that we're going to have to monitor as the season progresses. Am I going to give up on JPJ? No, not just yet. I know a lot of people are already shitting on him as well, but pump the brakes on that. JPJ had a penalty in this game, which was crucial on that drive. And he also allowed a sack. I know that he's just still trying to get used to that position, but hopefully he could step it up. This offensive line is going to be the reason why the Raiders could win or lose games if they don't step their shit up. Now, it is good that the Raiders did win this game, but I expect them to be better moving forward. They need to open up more holes for Ashton Jeanty, and they need to keep Geno Smith clean. Geno Smith got sacked 4 times in this game, and it's a good thing that we bounced back in the second half, but we don't want to see that in these next games coming up. Now, the next biggest overreaction, moving over to the defense side of the ball, is I believe that this defense will help win us some games this year. Now, I do want to start with Max Crosby first and foremost, because I've seen a lot of you guys in the comments, and I totally understand where you guys are coming from. I'm not getting on Max Crosby. I know what he's able to do. For me, was looking at him in the first half, he just didn't do much out there. But what Max Crosby does best is opening things up for a lot of other players. We've seen on the Isaiah pull him out interception, which I was really excited about. Max Crosby got to the quarterback, forced him to throw, and altered the ball, which Isaiah pull him out was able to get the interception. Big momentum shifter, which started on the defensive line with Max. Also, Max opened up things and set up Tyree Wilson for the sack that he got in this game. So I know the things that Max Crosby brings. Max Crosby came away with 2 total tackles, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss of pass deflection, and 2 quarterback hits. I also love the fact that Max Crosby was taunting the Patriots sideline and Mike Vrabel. But at the end of the day, we know that Max Crosby is going to set that bar and bring that energy every single down. Another player that I didn't even talk about yesterday was Devin White, and he showed yesterday why we brought him in. Had 11 total tackles and a tackle for loss in this game. He seemed involved with every single play, and that's what we want to see, especially in the run game. He definitely made his presence known there. I know with losing Landon Roberts, it's going to be a tough blow, and hopefully we don't lose him for too long. We'll see what the update is on that, but we know that Devin White's going to be that captain in the linebacker room. Speaking of the secondary, I know that there was a lot of questions there, and I had a lot of worries there, especially in the defensive side of the ball, but I believe that the secondary will be okay this year. Isaiah Polamau is only going to get better. I mean, he's going to break out this year. Just getting all the opportunities out there and coming away with his first interception in the first game of the season is only the start. Then you got Jeremy Chin, who I believe complements him well. And shout out to Kyle Blue Kelly, somebody I wasn't really high on all through the offseason until the last couple of weeks, especially when he was named the starter over Darian Porter. I had questions there, but to see what he was able to do in this game just proves that at the end of the day, Pete Carroll's going to put the best 11 guys on offense and defense, no matter where you start or what your status is. And that's what we've seen from Kyle Blue Kelly. Even on that BS PI call, Kyle Blue Kelly was all over the receiver and he made his presence known. And he's definitely turning heads, not only within the team, but within the Raider Nation. And he's a guy that I'm going to keep a real close eye on. That being said, I do believe that this defense is better than a lot of people are giving them credit for. And I can see them finishing top 15 when it's all said and done. Now, my biggest overreaction from yesterday, honestly, I believe that the offense is going to be elite this year. And I know what you guys might be thinking. Yo, Simone, you're a little bit crazy. It's just one game. Trust me, just in this one game, from what I've seen, not only from just offense in general, but just from the quarterback first, Geno Smith made a statement in this game, and he definitely went out there and showed why he was the guy that Pete Carroll wanted to bring over here, and showed why he's one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. And knowing the Raiders and being a fan of this team for the past couple of years, a part of that quarterback carousel, we haven't had a quarterback this stable, this accurate, this composed in the pocket since Derek Carr in 2016, 2017, honestly. And like I said, yes, it's just one game, but seeing what Geno Smith was able to do in this game in the rain, throwing for 362 yards in the rain, is crazy in itself. And he was damn near accurate out there throughout the whole game. Yes, he threw an interception, but I'm not going to pin him on that. He was trying to fit the ball where he could. But even with that, he was still able to lead this offense down the field when we needed him to. Geno Smith tied the single game Raider record for 9 completions for over 20 plus yards. Come on. When was the last time we seen a quarterback do that? Not only that, he broke the Raiders record for the most passing yards in a debut game with 362 yards. Again, in the rain. And just to put the cherry on top, this offense had 6 receivers with over 20 yards receiving. Come on, us. This offense was firing on all cylinders. Now, I know that we had a moment in the game where we couldn't do anything. But coming out of the second half, and even in the beginning of the game, seeing this team move down the field with all the weapons that we have at our disposal right now, which is one of the reasons why I feel like Geno Smith has no excuse not to go out there and do his thing. And this is a team without a true number 1 wide receiver. We have a plethora of different weapons that we can choose from. You could go to Brock Bowers, Michael Mayer. You have Jacoby Myers, who's still going to be one of the most efficient wide receivers in the NFL. You got Trey Tucker, Dante Thornton with that speed, Jack Besh. If we need to call him up or if we need to dial up a play with him, we can. And that's not even including Ashton Jeanty. When Ashton Jeanty can get going, oh my goodness. This is why I believe that this offense is going to be elite this year. As long as everybody stays healthy, we can do wonders and we could put points on the board. Now, we did get to hear from Geno Smith after the game, and I just love the fact that, he just be dropping bars every single time he talks to the media. But he said that this is just one win and we got a long way to go. And we sure do.
Just one win. We got a long ways to go. Happy we got the win, but we got work tomorrow. I'm ready for work. We can win in the rain. We can win on the road. But it's a long season. We got a lot of experiences to go through together. So, like I said, man, I'm ready for the weight room tomorrow.
And another player I do want to highlight in this receiving core outside of Brock Bowers, we talked about him already, is Jacoby Myers. This is a guy that's been going back and forth with the team, wanting to get a contract extension, but still is showing up. That's the main thing. He's still showing up to practice, training camp, preseason, even playing in this game, putting his body on the line when he really doesn't have to. He could be one of those diva receivers and just hold out until he gets his money. But no, he's still going out there and he's competing and he's playing. He had about 8 receptions for 97 yards, almost a 100-yard game for Jacoby Myers, and he definitely made a lot of big plays when we needed him most. I just hope that at the end of the day, the Raiders can give him a contract extension and keep him on his team. And it's just funny to me that the Patriots literally paid Juju Smith-Schuster over Jacoby Myers. This is what you let go of. A solid receiver. And I'm just happy he's a part of the nation as far as right now. And I hope that we keep him along the ride for the next couple of years. That being said, Raider Nation, what do you think about this game? What is the biggest thing that you took away from this game? Are you guys worried about Ashton Jeanty? Do you think that the offense is going to be elite? And do you feel like the defense is going to be a top 15 defense when it's all said and done? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Until the next video, this is your boy Simone Raider and your boys. Yeah.